Welcome everybody to CBeary Unboxes stuff. Today we've got a special treat. Being a bit poor after the holidays, I treated myself to this beauty. That's right, it's Oath of the Gatewatch booster box and a fortune cookie. Yeah, I've been kind of poor. That's why I haven't gotten any new box subscriptions lately. But I had to do something for Magic, so. I can imagine you hearing the crunching. That's fine. You'll discover the truth in time. In time. Well, I'm crunching this in time. Nom, nom. Okay, now. So I went to the pre-release for Oath of the Gatewatch. And when I pulled my packs and opened them up, I pulled out some pretty cool looking Eldrazi. So I went with the blue-black control Eldrazi deck. Had plenty of lands that helped me generate colorless mana. And so, through some hard-fought battles, I went 3-1. And I won 4 more booster packs. And out of those was decent stuff. Nothing too awesome. Nothing like a mythic rare. I did do good though. Alrighty. So now, I'm just going to start opening up some packs. All 36 of them. I will note if I pull a waste, any foils, and any notable uncommons. And of course the rares. 3-1 fucking elemental. Let's see here. Not like you can see it too well. But let's take a look here. If I pull any of the cards that I use to play, I'll try to show them. Vampire Envoy. I use 2 of these in flight. I mostly use it for flying blockage and tapping, gain lifing. Nope. And my first rare of the day is the Oath of Chandra. The legendary enchantment comes into play. 3 damage to target a creature an opponent controls. At the beginning of your upkeep, at the beginning of each end step, if a planeswalker enters the battlefield under your control, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. Okay. I almost played this one card. Obstruse Interference. Or I did and never saw it in play. Need to get these uncommons separated. Counter a spell unless you pay 1, then get an Eldrazi. Nothing too bad. What else did I get? There's things in this that I wish I got. And here we go. 1 waste card. That's like my 4th one now. Hello, Rob Jordan lives. Oh, this was a fun card. Gravity Negator. 2/3 flyer. Whenever it attacks, you can make another creature fly for colorless mana, which worked out really good when I had an 8/8 out. I had 2 Bone Saws in my pool, but I never played them. Never really saw the reason to. And this won me a game. The Essence Depleter. For 1 and 1 colorless, you can drain a target opponent's 1 life, and you gain 1 life. When I had the blue-black versions of these lands, I got 2 of them just to get mana fixing. And oh hey, we got a $2 uncommon. It's the Storm Chaser Mage. I'm going to put this over here. Uh, just, that's going to be a pretty good card. And I've got the white tutor spell for Planeswalkers, call the Gatewatch. Not too sure how I like that, but at least I got one. Alright. We're doing fine so far. Let's see here. Kind of hoping I have more people online, but it is the release of the new card set, so, you know. Cards I wish I had, comparative analysis. I had 2 Zulaport Chain Mages where you tap it and another ally to have target opponent lose 2 life, but my deck wasn't really ally heavy. We have Natural State, the new cheap removal spell of artifacts and enchantments. We have yet another Wastes, which is great. We have the green-white ally that supports 2 for activation. The rare, and we have a foil rare, folks, and a new Eldrazi Scion. The rare itself is the Zendikar Resurgent. 7 mana enchantment. Whenever you tap a land for mana, it produces another mana of that type. And whenever you play a creature spell, you draw a card. And my rare from this pack, it's a quirky one, Dimensional Infiltrator. Flying Devoid, Flash. For 1 and a colorless, you can exile the top card of an opponent's library. If it's a land card, you may return this to your hand. Alrighty. I'm gonna get so many of these bone saws, it's not gonna be funny. Pulled like 3 so far. Pulled 2 at the pre-release. I probably got another one in the packs I won. Oh, so many good stuff that I never got. I did have a Slaughter Drone, which gains toughness or Death Touch if you activated its ability for 1 colorless. Man, I sure did get by well with my deck. Yep, another Wastes. We have Seed Guardian, which is pretty good limited. Unity of Purpose, which helped me out one time. Weapons Trainer, which might be actually really good for this. For your ally, red-white equip deck, or white weenie, or whatever. And we got the Reality Smasher. I've already got one. It's a pretty cool anti-control card. Haste Trample, 5/5 for 4 and a colorless. Whenever Reality Smasher becomes the target of a spell an opponent controls, counter that spell, unless its controller discards a card. So yeah, having a good... Those are pretty good. Alright. We're gonna be Oath Hype. Hello, Rob. Again. Yeah, I'm pulling like 2 or 3 wastes. Not a wasteland, but wastes. Alright, Umara Entangler. I had 2, I played 1. Partially. Oh, here's another waste. Kinda wish I had Dwar Isle Avenger. Warden of Geometry. Use Vigilance. Tap to add colorless. Yeah, here's that land I had 2 of to try and fix my blue-black colors. That worked out really well. Here's a limited bomb for blue. It costs 7 mana. Return 2 creatures and your opponent's control to their owner's hands, and target player draws 2 cards. We have a really cool new removal spell. Oh no, that's the other one. Warping Whale is kind of a weird one. You get choice of 3 things on the spell. Counter a sorcerer spell, exile target creature with power or toughness 1 or less, or put a 1/1 Eldrazi Scion into play. And the rare we have is the Eldrazi Mimic, which Whenever another colorless creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may exchange Eldrazi Mimic space power and toughness to that creature's power and toughness until end of turn. Okay, yeah, there's the rares. Hello. We got 3 people. I think that always counts myself since I got the chat open, just to make sure my stream is working properly. Slip through space. I had one of those. It actually just helped me to get Surge in faster. Plus, I drew a card and something got unblockable. Plant token. Another waste. Sweep away. Now we got a interesting. It's like a black pacifism. Enchanted creature can't block. Whenever an enchanted creature deals damage, it deals that much damage. That its controller loses that much life. We have the coat of arms equipment. It gets +1/+1 for each creature that shares a creature type with it. For each other creature. Okay. Alright, anything special in here? I had one of these holdout settlements. Produce colorless mana. You can tap an untapped creature to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Actually, I'm going to put this over here. I might use that. Ooh, there's a good black removal spell. Grasp of Darkness, 2 black for an instant. Target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn. You've got the red-green tap land. And there's Blessing. That's pretty good for a white enchantment. Target creature has +2/+2 vigilance and can block an additional creature. Drownness Chosen. Made me wish I had that. That's the rare for this pack. Tap an untapped ally plus it, and put a 2/2 black zombie creature onto the battlefield tapped. We have a foil common card, the Goblin Freerunner. It's got Surge for 2. It has Menace, and it's a 3/2. Super. Let's clear up. Okay. Nope. We now have the blood green white tap land. Nothing too fancy. Ooh, the rare. And a foil island. I know people will definitely want to get that. But the rare, of course. It is Remorseless Punishment. For 3 and 2 black. Target opponent loses 5 life unless they discard 2 cards or sacrifice a creature or planeswalker. And you get to repeat that once. That is nice. It is pretty deadly. If you're playing a control deck, that might be like a 10 life loss. For 5 mana. Or just get rid of their best creatures, whatever. Whatever they feel like, you know. XX Elemental for that 1 seed guide thingy. Seer's Lantern. Add colorless and scry for 1. 2 different abilities. Walk over the Wastes. Walk over Wastes gets 1/1 for each land you control named Wastes. Which is good. It might be, actually, it could be better than Nightmare. Oh, I forgot to show you the promo card I got a promo card because I pre-ordered this booster box. Alright, I got the same rare in this pack. Goblin Dark Dwellers, Menace. It comes into play. You may cast an instant or sorcery card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its cost. If that card would be put into your graveyard this turn, exile it instead. So now I have 2. And I got a foil card, the Reckless Bushwhacker, the better Surge Goblin. 2 mana for Surge with haste for 2/1. If you paid its Surge cost, other creatures you control get +1/+0 and haste. Yeah. So you can't go wrong with that. Cover the leftovers. Cover them, I say. I wish the stream was in real time. Plant. I'm realizing I got pretty lucky with the stuff I got. Alright, here's another colorless land producer. Colorless mana. But you can use 1 and tap it to add 1 mana of any color. Which I don't think I did it I did it like once to get the colors that I needed, because I was really good on getting my stuff in or out. Oh, this one, Bearer of Silence. 1 and a black devoid creature. It is a 2/1. Whenever you cast it, you may pay 1 and a colorless. If you do, target opponent sacrifices a creature. For 4 mana, you get a creature, and you get them to sacrifice a creature. If you did that. Sweet. Another natural state, another wastes. We have another Storm Chaser Mage. Put that over here. Tears of Valakut. Very narrow creature kill. We have the Vile Redeemer as their rare in this one. It's got flash, it's devoid, it's 3/3. When it comes into play, you may pay colorless. If you do, put a 1/1 Eldrazi Scion into play for each non-token creature that died under your control this turn. Yes, that's alright. Would be good for that sacrificing type of whatever you call it. Anything that you sacrifice, or just dealing with a wrath. It's like my first useless card ever. I did have 2 of these Oblivion Strikes to help me out. 3 and a black, exile target creature. Worked out well. Alright. Oh. Looks like we've got the rare version of the blue-red creature. Jorion. Ruin Diver. Merfolk Wizard. Whenever you cast your second spell, draw a card of each turn. Yes. I have a feeling I'll be seeing some blue-red beatdowns and burns and shit. Nate said she'd be back, but that was like 2 hours ago. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Okay. Reaver Drone, 2/1, Eldrazi for 1 black. You lose 1 life beginning of your upkeep if you don't have another colorless creature. So at best you might lose 1 life if you played this on your first turn. We've got a really good uncommon, 2 good uncommons. and a really good rare. Holy hell, that's really nice. Alright, first uncommon. Flaying Tendrils. 1 and 2 black mana. Devoid. All creatures get -2/-2. If any creature dies this turn, they are exiled. So I've got 3 of those now. So I think I'm good set for my sideboard. Second good uncommon. Reflector Mage. When it enters the battlefield, return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. That creature's controller can't cast spells with the same name as that creature until your next turn. So yeah. And the rare, which is pretty pricey right now, we have the Thought-Knot Seer. 4 mana, 4/4. I wish that would focus. Whenever it enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-land card and exile it. Whenever it leaves the battlefield, target opponent draws a card. Hello. You came back. What do we got here? And I've got a second one of these now. What I have is the Seagate Wreckage. Tap to add a colorless, pay 2 and a colorless to draw a card, only if you have no cards in hand, which is great. If you need to draw, obviously, if you need fuel for the fire needs cards. What do we got here? It's kind of weird to see stuff like that. Core ally token in this set. Alright, I got another Reaver drone. We've got a Gift of Tusks, which not sure what you want to do with it. Target for 1 blue in an instant. Until end of turn, target creature loses all abilities and becomes a green elephant with base power and toughness 3/3. Got another cohort. Got the rare, which is the Oath of Gideon. First one, legendary enchantment. When it comes into play, put 2 core allies into play. Each planeswalker that comes into play gets an next additional loyalty counter. And that counts for your transforming planeswalkers as well. So if you flip over Nissa, it'll have 4 counters instead of 3. Or Jace becomes... he's got too many counters on him already. I think that gives him 6 counters to deal with. Planes. I do not like Jace. We've got another natural state, so I'm pretty close to a freaking set of those. The Crumbling Vestige is what I've got. I had like 2 of those at the pre-release. It comes into play tapped. When it comes into play, you get to add 1 color to any mana to your mana pool. And you can tap to add a colorless. I think that's a really good idea to experiment with. Oh, I'm going to look forward to this rare. I have 2 of these Hedron Crawlers. They're kind of cute. It's endearing in a mystical, pointy sort of way. It's 2 mana for 0/1 construct. Yeah, construct. Tap to add a colorless to your mana pool. Nobody tried to kill it, and I got things out faster. Like that 8/8. It's for 7 mana. Here's the new land tutor for basic land. If you do not control a waste while you play this, it just goes into your hand. Otherwise, it would come into play tapped. So it's nice. Alright, another. And here's the rare. It's the other man lands, the red-white one. For 4 mana, you get to. It becomes a 2/1 double striker. A little pricey, but it deals a lot more damage. Potentially. Alright, what do you got here? Try not to surprise or spoil it. I'm not finding any of the other cards that I played. I must have just gotten those. I played most of the ones I got from the 2 packs of Battle for Zendikar. Blue, white, tap land. This is pretty good removal. This is Judgment. Support 2. Choose up to. It's 4 mana and a green. Sorcery. Choose up to 1 target creature an opponent controls each creature you control with a +1 counter on them. Deals damage equal to its power to that creature. And we've got a counterspell I don't know if I'll ever see in play. Overwhelming Denial. It's 4 mana, but the surge cost is 2. 2 blue. It can't be countered by spells or abilities, and you counter a spell. So it's better than Last Word. I don't play Modern, so I have no idea if that gets played at all. Probably not. The new flavor of Mir from Azathoth. Yes, it is. Azathoth, why you know talking? Well, I guess you are technically in the chat. I'm paying more attention to the chat than the Twitch, though. Night Ally. Another natural state. That pretty much secures my set. Alright, finally found these. Containment Membrane. I had 2 of these in my deck. 2 in a blue and a Surge for 1 blue. Enchanted creature doesn't untap. Nobody played enchantment removal while I had this. And so their creature was pretty much, might as well have been dead in the first place. Got a special white card. Instant sorcery 2/1. 2 and a white. Creatures get +1/+0 and indestructible until end of turn. We have yet another Storm Chaser Mage. I'm like 1 more away from a freaking set. I'm going to hold on to these. Any extras I get are it's going to be trade fodder. And we got a not so good rare for standard, or anything else that's not limited. Gladeheart Cavalry, support 6 when it comes into play. Whenever a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it dies, you gain 2 life. Whoopee. Oh. Oh. I'm just mixing up my pile. I'm really thirsty too. It was all because... Okay, let's keep going. Just keep watching stuff. Why is that so green? Okay. What have we here? Useless. Alright. I did pull, if I ever see it in this booster box, the Dissipate that's in Devoid form, which was really good. Not finding it in here for a good while. Harvester Troll. Oh, here it is. Ah, speak of the devil. Void Shatter. Counter a spell. If it's countered, exile it. It's really helpful. I'm going to put that here. Next rare is an equipment card. Captain's Claws. When a creature gets +1/+0 whenever it attacks, get to put a 1/1 core allied token tapped and attacking. Takes 1 to equip, 2 to play. It's not like uber powerful, but you're getting more weenies out. Over the holidays, Mom got me a gift box, for Battle for Zendikar, and I pulled out an expedition land from that. It was the Blood Crypt. I immediately found someone to trade for it. Still waiting on the rest of the cards for that. Traded me pretty good. Oh, here's another waste. Don't think I'll get much luck here. Okay. We got, just haven't seen this one in a while, Mind Melter. Unblockable, blue-black. For 4 mana, you can exile a card from an opponent's library. Can only be used as a sorcery speed. Yeah! And I got a mythic rare. This fucker's expensive. We have Kozilek's Return. 2 and a red for an instant. Deals 2 damage to all creatures. If you would cast an Eldrazi creature spell with converted mana cost 7 or greater, you may exile Kozilek's Return from your graveyard. If you do, Kozilek's Return deals 5 damage to each creature. This is potentially doing double duty. Not in the same turn, hopefully. That'd be a lot of mana, but the prices on this is pretty insane. What have we here? More Eldrazi Sand. We have the red-black version of the tap land now. Pretty much got them all now. I just have a lot of blue-blacks. Come to play tap, add red or black to your mana pool. Got another Reflector Mage. And hey, we got another Neato card. I think. Whenever another non-token creature dies, put a 1/1 colorless Scion into play. It's the Sifter of Skulls. It's not as sought after as the others, but it is not bad on its own. Wastes. The same red-black land. Wish I had gripped the Royal when I was playing. Cost 2 and a blue, and a search cost of 2. It's an instant. Tap target creature doesn't untap during the next turn, and draw a card. Uh-oh. I've got someone on the line here. Hang on. Okay, we're back. Reflector Mage should see play? Yeah, it should. Okay, we got another Mind Melter, the unblockable that helps to exile stuff. I've shown that. The rare I got, plus a foil card. The rare is Deep Fathom Skulker. 5 and a blue for a 4/4. You can use 3 and a colorless to give target creature that it can't be blocked. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage, you may draw a card. Pricey, but it's good. And the foil card was the Sky Scourer. Flying, 1 and a black, 1/2, flying to void. I already said that. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Oh, did you hear the phone that loud? Wow. Yeah, this pretty much sets me for natural states. Put that there. Harvester Troll. Cliff Haven Vampire. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. 2/4 flyer. Vampire ally. Also a warrior. Yeah, cool. Oh, hey, we got another mythic. And it's Nissa. 1 and 2 green. 3 counters. +1 to put a 0/1 green plant token. -2 to put +1 counters on all creatures you control. And if you make it to the magical number 7, you get to gain X life and draw X cards, but X is the number of lands you control. Neat. I have no idea how well that's going to be. So that's 2 mythics in this, plus a foil rare. This is a pretty good box, even without, you know, whatever. The thing. Expeditions. Still want one, but, you know, can't be that lucky. Can't be that lucky at all. Essence Depleter, I've shown that. Submerged Boneyard, Nissa's Judgment, I've shown that. And the rare is the Ruins of Orin Reef. Comes into play tap. Tap to add a colorless. Tap it to put a +1 counter on a colorless creature you control that entered the battlefield, or on any colorless creatures. You could put this on someone else's colorless creature when they come into play on that turn, if that's your thing. Or Eldrazi Scions. Okay. Another Storm Chaser Mage. And not the best Eldrazi, but it's big and beefy. The Dread Defiler. 6 and a black, devoid. 3 and a colorless lets you exile a creature card from your graveyard. Target opponent loses life equal to its power. And it's a 6/8. So suck on that. You better hope you be able to deal with this thing. Especially if you have a lot of dead creatures in your yard. Oh, I got like 10 more packs after this, guys. Ten more packs of deliciousness that I probably won't be seeing much more of because I'm poor. Alright. Wastes. Alright. Red-black creature. Flare Drone, first strike. Whenever another colorless creature enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 1 life. 3/1 first striker. It's okay. My rare, though, I'm glad to have one, is Ailey, Eternal Pilgrim. Death Touch 2/3 for white and a black. Come on, zoom in. Sacrifice another creature for 1 mana. You gain life equal to the sacrificed creature's toughness. For one white and black. Sacrifice another creature. Exile a non-land permanent. Activate this only if you have at least 10 life more than your starting life total. Ugh. That is painful, but really good for Commander. The life gaining part is good. Death Touch is fine. Sacrifice another creature to try and exile something else. It'll be a bit of a chore to do. Excuse me. So I'm getting some wastes in here. That's good. You have a decent core artifice for ally. Hell yeah! I've seen this be a decent value. Matter Reshaper, 2 and a colorless for 3/2. When it dies, reveal the top card. If it's a permanent card with convert mana cost 3 or less, you can put it into play. Otherwise, it goes into your hand. So you're not losing a damn thing with this thing. It could almost replace itself. Sweet, sweet Eldrazi. I like these Eldrazi in the last batch. That's for sure. It's like they're worth a damn now. I kind of want to get a Kozilek and try to play that in a deck or something. Alright. Just in case I didn't show this, there's a Strider Hardness. 3 mana, 1 equip. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and haste. So yeah, it is underwhelming for standard. Wall of Resurgence, kind of like this one. It's a 0/6 wall for 3 mana. When it comes to play, put 3 +1/+1 counters on a land, and it becomes a 0/0 elemental. So what you're looking at here is for 3 mana, you get a 3/9 of stuff. Part of it's Defender, but damn, it's still pretty powerful. Oh, we've got a foil card. But before that, we got the Sylvan Advocate. 2 mana for 2/3 Vigilance. As long as you control 6 or more lands, Sylvan Advocate and land creatures you control get +2/+2. For 2 freaking mana. Someone better be playing a landfall deck. And the foil card is Brute Strength. +3/+1, trample, instant, 2 mana, red. It's cool. It's good for limited. Might be a fun idea to entertain for a budget red-green deck. Another elemental. Clear the room. Okay. Another Flame Tendrils, that's my set. And we've got Crush of Tentacles. 6 mana, or 5 with Surge. Return all non-land permanents to their owner's hands. If you pay the Surge cost, you get an 8/8 Octopus to replace everything you got rid of. Good times, good times. Seen that, seen that. We got one more land, but it's the rare. It is called the Corrupted Crossroads. Tap to add one colorless to your mana, or tap to pay one life to add one mana of any color to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast a spell with Devoid. Again, I'm going to assume that it has to be the keyword with Devoid on it. And then this will be good for a multiplayer commander. Bonds of Mortality. It's an uncommon enchantment. When it comes into play, draw a card and pay 1 green to have your opponent's creatures lose hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. You know, you might be a dick that way. What's that? Your guy that keeps making angels is hexproof? No, he's not anymore. Pretty sure there's a land that does that too. Oh hey, a 3/3 angel for that white creature. Got an interesting weapon. And you don't see them with halos too often. Alrighty. I've got this as a pre-release card. Stonehaven Outfitter. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 whenever an equipped creature dies. Yep, all commander decks. Whenever an equipped creature dies, you draw a card. So it's kind of like Skull Clamp, except you can't exploit it. Yeah, I can still hope out for an expedition. I have 5 booster packs left. But I did pull 2 mythics and a foil rare, so that's not too bad. Hello, Reese. Got the good black removal spell, good Grasp of Darkness, red green, tap land, the kill a flyer. Third! We got the third freaking epic mythic rare, and it's the big bad boss himself, Kozilek, the Great Distortion. For 8 and 2 colorless. When you cast this, you go back up to 7 cards in your hand. It has minutes, it's a 12/12. You can discard a card with converted mana cost X to counter a spell worth X. This fucking guy. That's 3 mythic rares. 2 of them are super pricey. Hell yeah. It'll be just like my my Ugin Planeswalker. I will only ever have one of them. And I will never be able to get another one again. Having a good time. Waste. Walker device. Got another pretty good removal spell of Immolating Glare. 1 and a white, instant. Destroy target attacking creature. So, you know, it's always good. You got this blue-green Void Grafter, Devoid Flash. When it comes into play, another target creature you control gets hexproof. So, you know. That's cool. And we got one more Oath card, the Oath of Jace. Legendary enchantment. When it comes to the play, draw 3 cards, discard 2. At the beginning of your upkeep, scry X. Waste walking. I don't... You know, it's kind of sad they don't. That would have been neat to see. but since they haven't done anything with Landwalk in a while, you know, that'd be kind of weird if they did. Oath of Actually Useful. Well, the white one has situational usefulness. I do have the white tutor spell as well. Alright, what else we got here? Yeah, this is the third to last pack. Prophet of Distortion. Flare Drum. Malakir Soothsayer. You got the Eldrazi Obligator. It's a 3-mana, 3/1 haste. I think that says 3/1. When it comes to play, you may pay 1 and a colorless. If you do, gain control of another target creature. Yeah, I got the Red Oath too. Great Goomba. And so this is a active treason on a stick. Yeah, I'll work. I might work with that if I was red. Yeah. Second to last pack. 3 mythic rares and a foil rare. This is good stuff, guys. No sign of an expedition, though. I got another removal spell that I haven't seen yet. I pulled like 1 out of my winnings, but we also now have Spatial Contortion. 1 and a colorless instant. Target creature gets +3/-3 until end of turn. It's still not focusing right. Come on, man. That's right. So, if I needed those, I'm going to have to, like, pull some stuff. Alright. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, wow. Well, first the rare. I've got a foil uncommon. It's the Fall of the Titans. For Surge, you can do X in red. Deal X damage to each of up to 2 target creatures and or players. This would be nuts in a two-headed giant game. Absolutely terrifying. And my foil rare, or not a foil rare, foil uncommon, Flame Tendrils. Sweet. Yes, it is nameless inversion. Man, I haven't seen that card in a while. I miss Ravnica. I miss the original Ravnica block. Those are good times. Alright, final pack. Final pack. Natural State. Wastes. We got the embodiment of insight. We've seen that. Well, maybe not. Vigilance. Land creatures you control have vigilance. Landfall. Make a 3/3 land creature until end of turn. Holy shit, we got 2. Oh well. Now, here's the foil common. Comparative analysis. 3 and a blue for instant speed, draw 2 cards, or Surge for 2 and a blue. And here's the big bad boss that I had in my pre-release. I didn't do a whole lot with them, except I did some cool tricks with this combat ability. The Deceiver of Form, an 8/8 for 6 and a colorless. Beginning of combat, reveal the top card. If it's a colorless creature, other creatures you control have power and toughness equal to that. Or actually, I gotta read it. If a creature revealed this way, if a creature card is revealed this way, you may have creatures you control other than Deceiver Form become copies of that card until end of turn. You may put that card on the bottom of your library. This basically let me scry. I may not have found too many creatures when I did it on the top, for whatever reason, but I at least scried for good spells. But yeah, an 8.8, and I had that space, and then I had that one spatial blue flyer, Eldrazi. So for one colorless, I made this guy fly and swung in for like 11 damage or 10 damage or whatever the hell I did with it. That was game winning. Alright, folks. We didn't pull an expedition, but we did pull 3 mythic rares and a foil rare. We pulled a few more foil cards, and pulled quite a few wastes. And I've got me a set of those stupid blue-white Storm Chaser mages, plus a bunch of extras so I can trade away. So this was kind of fun. I can't be too disappointed on this. I won't be seeing a whole lot here, a whole lot of new cards, unless I start winning again in Standard for whatever the new deck formats, the new decks that are coming out with the this new set. But anyway, Jace is going to lose his great money with those results for that cost. But yeah, good times, guys. Alright, thanks for watching. If you had a spare $1 or $2, check out the links below. Donate to Rob Jordan Lives. Guy's tough down on his luck, but he's a good guy. Alright, take care. Bye-bye.